All right. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of Super Reality with Miss Londa. All right, so today, you guys, we are going to get into Jocelyn's Cabaret. We are going to get into the new season of Baddies East. All right, so I watched Jocelyn's Cabaret today. It really wasn't a whole lot to report because the whole incident with Jocelyn and Big Leg. So Jocelyn is in jail. I guess she'll be released on the next episode. So we won't be able to see or see what they're gonna do. So they've got the other girls that didn't attend the Floyd Mayweather event in Miami kind of stayed back in New York at the house and have been kind of, I guess, talking and bonding. There's been a little bit of bickering there and there, but for the most part, that's what's going on with that. Daisy and Egypt still have their differences. I really feel that Daisy wants Egypt to apologize, and I don't know. She's just not ready to forgive her. It seems like she's kind of like staying mutual. And I kind of don't blame her because it seems like Egypt is kind of up and down, or she what I get about Egypt is she kind of has her picks as to who she wants to deal with and who she doesn't want to deal with is what I kind of get from her. Because like the whole thing with Wet was trying to do was kind of talk to her and kind of tell her to calm down, and she just snapped on her. But Wet still continued to want to make a bond with her or whatever. So then she follows her to the room when she gets up and goes in the room, and she's talking to her and just telling her how she felt like she's growing and she's, she was being the bigger person and whatnot. Then Wet has a breakdown and starts sharing some things that she's gone through in life. So I don't know. The funny thing is Precious putting Holiday on punishment like she's a kid because she asked her to, I guess she wanted her to, like, I don't know. I guess she wanted her to do something with the wig. I guess promote it. She wanted her to promote some type of wig, and I guess she didn't want to. So she had an issue with that. So yeah. Then they start having their little arguments back and forth about whether or not they're gonna be with one or another or not. But each one of them already has somebody that they're dealing with. And it's just a lot going on with them too. So then Holiday goes in Egypt's room and she's talking to her and she kind of breaks down crying, and they have their little talk, and she decides she wants to go there with Egypt and all of this and that. So yeah. And then Egypt kind of shares her story of why she ended up doing 5 years, and basically, it was a situation with a guy that she was dating. It was like a domestic abuse situation. He pretty much was coming towards her. She had a knife, but she felt because she had the knife that he really wasn't gonna, really just do anything. But I guess he was one of those people who wasn't afraid and didn't care, and he did. And he came towards her, and the knife hit him, she said, in his artery. And the state she lives in, I guess they don't have the self-defense law. So she ended up, doing 5 years for, murder. So I guess they gave her 5 years due to the fact of this incident of how it went. But yeah, if they would have had the self-defense law, maybe she wouldn't have did no time at all. So they kind of, shared that. And then the next thing was, it was just Lucky, T-Love, Spin, and Precious. They were out in the hot tub and they were kind of, talking back and forth, just sharing some different things. So we'll just have to wait for the next episode to see what's going to really just pop off with that, and what Jocelyn's next move is gonna be. I don't know what their next performances stuff is gonna be, but yeah. All right, so let's get into Baddies East. Okay. Whoo, child. Baddies East is going to be an interesting season. So it starts off with the ones that she brought back, which was Chrisean, Stunner Girl, Rolly, and Scotty. So they kind of sit there and they're watching the videos of the new girls that are coming in, and they're kind of discussing on how each one of them feel about it, one another. I would like to know, I just really want to see the whole situation that went down with Chrisean and her sister, because there's scenes where Chrisean basically is writing for her sister. So I'm trying to figure out where did it go wrong. I feel like there may have been some instigating somewhere along down the road, down the line, somewhere up in there. I don't know. But when Natalie and Tasiki got into it outside in the lobby of the hotel, Chrisean was riding with her sister. You know what I'm saying? They was, it was Chrisean, Tasiki, their whole family was out there, and they was ready to get Natalie. But I don't know. I don't know what went wrong, but I just really want to see how that's going to play out. Well, Vicky, oh my goodness. I don't know why they brought her onto this show. I feel like they set her up. I do, because that's not a show for her. Y'all's main thing is for these girls to turn up and fight. Why do you think one person that basically has changed their life and is, believe, for God, why do you think they want to hear her say she's going to pray for them and this and that and whatnot? But one thing I will say about Vicky, because when I saw her video on TikTok and she kind of mentioned like she really didn't know what the show was about and that she was told there was going to be no fighting, she's not clueless, because the comment she made when she said she made a sarcastic comment in her her confessional. They said something about classy or be it something like that, and in her confessional she's like, I don't know about that. But you don't watch the show, so how would you know about anybody's character? So that's my thing with Vicky. I never felt that she was clueless as to what this show was about. I never felt that from day one. So I don't know how that's gonna play out in, as far as like the whole lawsuit against Zeus and all of that, or Chrisean, or whatever she has going on. T's voice, I believe, is going to irritate me throughout the whole season. She has one of those irritating voices, and she seems like she's a little sarcastic. So that's even, child. So Natalie, Scotty, Mariah Lynn, T, and Vicky, they go and meet for breakfast. And then it's a couple of other girls that come, which is Anna Mac and Smiley. Anna Mac and Scotty, they get into it like as soon as she comes through the door, they're boxing. So, I think this is how it's gonna be with them two throughout the whole season. Smiley and Mariah get into it because, the whole situation from auditions when Smiley basically pushed her sister, snatched the mic, and snatched the chain. I think it was Mariah's chain. So, yeah, I think they're going to be going at it all season. I see on the next episode that Camilla and Natalie are going to fight. Yes, it seems like it's going down all season, child. I don't know, but you guys can guarantee I will be following the whole season. So I will be reporting to you guys the juicy tea. All right. Also, you guys see that Chrisean and Blueface are back together. Well, I don't want to say they're back together. I'm going to say that he finally went to Baltimore to see his son, and I'm glad that he did that. But there's a lot of drama behind that. You got Jaden she's been tweeting. She says she's done. I don't know. I don't know if I believe her, because I think if he comes back and gaslights her, she's gonna take him back like Chrisean takes him back. But he tweeted that, and I call cap. I'm not saying that it's not the truth, but I call cap because we all know that Blueface is gonna do what Blueface wants to do at the end of the day. But what he basically said is you can't. Basically, Jaden didn't want him to have anything to do with his son. She didn't want him to be a part of his son's life. So he's basically saying this is what, this is why he did what he did. But I call cap, because you could have if you wanted to go and see that baby, if you wanted to be there for the child's birth, you would have done that. Even though Chrisean wrote and said that, even though Chrisean posted and said that she didn't want him there, I call cap on that too. I think Chrisean said that to save face, number one. And I feel like she wrote it once she realized that he was not going to be there. He was in Miami with Jaden the whole time, just kicking it and having a ball. And this is the thing where Jaden should have tread lightly with him. I would have not have given up my apartment and just went all in with him like that, for the simple fact, you've been with him the longest. You've been with him since junior high. So you already know him. My thing is, he used her as a pawn. This Hollis stuff he was treating about Chrisean and the baby and taking custody and yada yada, all of that was a bunch of bull. The bottom line is, he was mad because he felt like she wanted to get at little baby. That was the whole thing. He felt Chrisean wanted to get at little baby. So he played this whole little game like, oh, it's me and Jaden. It's about me and Jaden. I want to marry Jaden. If you don't do this, me and Jaden will take my son. It was all just to get under Chrisean's skin because he got in his feelings about little baby. At the end of the day, that's all it was about. Blueface he's a narcissist pretty much. And I hope Chrisean is being smart. I hope she's not just all in and just like, okay, we're back together. We're going to be a happy family, because we all know what's going to go on. He's going to flip-flop between the both of them. And that's just that. So it's either they're going to both accept it and accept she's going to have her time, and she's going to have her time. Otherwise, I mean, I don't see no other way. I just don't see how else it would play out, because I don't see Blueface changing anytime soon. A baby's not going to change a person. So, well, a man anyways. Most women it does, but a man, some men, I'll say, not all men, some men. But he's going to be Blueface. We all know this at the end of the day. So, yeah, you guys, that's going to be the end of the show. Until next time, I will come back with another video, because I am going to be following Basketball Wives. There's a lot of other, I'm going to be following The Mint on Now That's TV. I'll be giving you guys some tea on that. I believe there's going to be a new season of The Real Housewives of Potomac, so I will be reporting on that, you guys. So you guys can view this all on Roku, Google Play Store, and the web at www.queenstalktv.com. You guys, that's going to bring my show to an end. You guys all have a lovely evening. Thank you.